Smoke's here.
Hey, my name is Void, and I started playing Valorant a year ago with zero previous FPS experience on PC. Now I'm going to hit Radiant by the end of 2023. Starting in episode 4, act 2, I placed in server 1, and I have consistently climbed each act, eventually hitting Immortal in episode 6, act 3. You can watch me play live right here on YouTube and get an exclusive look into how I warm up and break down my games. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button down below, and let's get into this. The first thing you can identify before the game even begins is what strengths and weaknesses your team has. We have no sentinels, so I need to be highly aware of map control and lurks, but we also have double initiator and double duelist, so we should play aggressive. I start the first round by asking my Skye to flash arcade and push out with me. Two of my teammates die, and I see the enemy Reyna push into our spawn, so I choose to fight her with the sheriff I got from Cypher. I whiff my shots and re-peek thinking I heard Reyna jump up and pray in the wrong spot. I should have played my life here since I controlled the entirety of B-side by myself, and by dying I left my team in a hard position to win.
Their Cypher likes to lurk.
After that first round, I'm already putting together a picture of how they play. With 4 players A main and Cypher arcade, it's likely that they're going to make explosive executes and leave Cypher to lurk. Since I only have a classic this round, I decide to play close to the smoke in hopes of getting a right-click kill.
Stop.
I was only able to get one, but our Skye goes nuts and wins us our eco round.
Beautiful.
Remember to boost your team's mental by congratulating them after a good play.
Hope they force that.
For whatever reason, they forced after losing their buy round, which puts them on a bad buy for 2 rounds in a row. This was a big misplay by them that cost them more round than they should have. I'm sitting back for the breach stun, which doesn't come, then I call for my breach to stun so I can take control of A main. Our B players swept the floor with their push, and seeing that Cypher is still alive, I call that he's probably lurk, and wouldn't you know it, he was dropped.
He just dropped. He's on A. Cypher on A.
One enemy remaining.
Seeing Brim ultimate online, I'm expecting a fast A push with his ult being used to clear sight. Because I think they're going A, I get caught off guard by their arcade push. I'm confident in my ability to get at least one and dismiss out, so I re-peek to trade the Skye and dismiss towards Gen. Our Brim almost gets me killed by body blocking, and he repays me by taking the bold shot by Phoenix. I take note that they're on eco this round with Phoenix and Brim ult online. Need to be looking at ults and economy every single round. Skye says he's going to ult out, and seeing every coverage go to arcade, I turn the fight there. I drop Phoenix ult and re-peek because I have the soul there, and drop Cypher as well. I keep the aggression up until the souls fade, and because Skye died B main, I want to back into a more isolated position to take 1v1s. I know I attacked Reyna earlier, so I pushed into tower to try to find the kill on her. My team calls that they rotated, so I leave to retake A. My A players rotated too quickly despite the enemy team not even being on site yet. If you are deciding whether or not to rotate, look at your map and figure out what map control they have. If my team had done that, they would have seen that they had no control of site. We end up losing this round due to Brimble and Molly stall plant. I call it the early rotate to move on to the next round.
I don't have a sentinel. Make sure we're not rotating too quickly.
You can see this idea of map control take effect on this next round. There's a lot of presence shown A side, and when my 2 other B players rotate, I decide to anchor. They have no control of site, and 4 players are already A side. Because I chose to stay and predicted the possibility of a rotate, I get rewarded with a nice 4K. Offense starts with my call for 4 arcade 1 main. I like this push a lot since we have reached the stun jet in a tower and the other 3 players can push through arcade onto site. When there's a Cypher arcade on this map, they will usually play B with their U2 stacked on B main with only cam or turret to watch arcade. The reason you want one to go late B main is to control that space so arcade players don't have to worry about it. Ideally I want that one player to be me since I'm on Reyna and I can't contribute much to an entry. For whatever reason, this Brim isn't listening to comms and he won't say anything either, and since he has spike I need to play with him. Their Cypher gets run down arcade, and we have a free site. I get a free pick on this Brim, and then look to fight Canteen in my overheal. Since I see nothing in their spawn, I call that the 2 unknown players are probably flanking.
It's gotta be like 2 flank.
One enemy
Yep, right on
remaining.
the other side.
After winning that pistol, we decide on an A push, and I call that we need to back out if they show presence.
Let's back out if they show presence here. Might be stacking.
I'm gonna stun main and
If we see like 1 or 2 people or any sort of util from them, just back out and we'll 5-man go B.
It's pretty common to either stack a site or rotate
Stunning
quickly
main.
on an eco, so if they make the mistake of showing you that they're there, just leave and hit the other site. Jet didn't listen to comms, peeks, and dies, and thankfully they get aggressive and give us a way back into the round.
Phoenix was here.
flashing.
Enemy remaining.
Probably flying.
I asked where Cypher has been playing, and since he's been on B, I call for a contact explode play on A with Sky ult.
Cypher's on B, where he was last round.
Yeah, Cypher's on B.
Okay. Let's wait out the breach stun here. We can either like contact up or. Yeah, as soon as we make contact, just pop Sky ult and go fast.
I trade the Jet, Sky ult goes out, and with all the utility on breach, he goes down too. Lately, I've had issues sitting in sands watching ropes instead of taking sight, however I've worked past that issue here.
Enemy remaining.
We've got sight cleared, spike down, and in a 3v1 I Sky to dog to secure the final kill.
Can we bait out their breach stun with our breach stun? We'll just stun there right now and we'll
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
after their stun goes away.
Since they haven't switched Cypher to A yet, I call for another A hit. I asked to bait out their breach stun using ours, but he doesn't stun back.
That's interesting.
I forgot to take note of their economy, and because of that I'm caught off guard by their B main push. We all fight together, and since we have gun advantage, it's an easy round.
Cypher's in there. Hold there.
We decided to do the exact same plan I cooked up last round, and it works perfectly. Reyna wide swings to dodge a stun, and since we baited out theirs, we catch her off guard before she's ready.
Nice.
I'm not a big fan of opping, but it's because I'm bad with it, so I pick it up whenever I have the chance so I can improve. A couple of op shots later and the round is closed out.
Ropes, rope.
One's down.
Enemy remaining.
My ult.
How did that miss? Okay, so they got breach ult Brimble. I want to try to like come here, just make a bunch of steps like right here. Don't go into A main. We're gonna bait out their breach ult, and then hopefully they try to breach ult Brimble combo.
On Fracture, a common play is to breach ult A main and combo that with Brimble to wipe our team. Knowing both these ults are online, I want to bait them into using it by faking a lot of presence A main.
Yeah, they're probably pushing us on us.
They are on eco though, and since they stun backed and smoked, I call for all of us to hit B fast.
Just go B, 5-man B.
My call is correct, they stacked A in their eco, and we are rewarded with a free sight. They're not making any noise CT, and my team controls B main, so they must be hitting arcade for a retake. I get the first pick on Reyna, but then fail to realize that we lost control of tower. They're still holding on to that breach ult. Until they use it, I want to use plans that work around it. Breach is always playing A, and if we show heavy presence there, our hit is going to be slowed down. I call for the same 4-1B split that we did earlier, but now our brim is where it's supposed to be. They breach ult out of A main, and since I knew this could be a possibility, I'm ready for it. I do mess up my dismiss a bit and take some damage. The round ends up bullying down to a 2v2, and since I'm low, I call to my Jet that I'll take first contact.
I'll take first contact, Jet.
They save, and the round is ours.
Broke.
The last round is where my game sense should be kicking in a little bit more. Do you remember this?
That's interesting.
Breach is always on A, except when they stack other parts of the map. If he isn't showing any utility here, A is going to be free, and I should be calming that to my team. We do get a free sight, and I move to make sure Sky gets a sight with Spike, and Breach hits one of the dumbest shots on me.
Okay.
I could have had more impact this round, but sometimes RNG says otherwise. My team is able to close out this last round, giving us the win. My name is Void, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next week with another match breakdown.